Mr. Damon, you mind taking that mic, reading a little bit of that for us? First Lady. You mind reading a little bit of that for us on the First Lady? Had a few calls today. Some people were calling me. They wanted to get my opinion on the book called The First Lady. Some of y'all have already read it. He'll read it for y'all.
I had never even kissed a girl or been with one, let alone a man, and I had never even attempted sex. Although I was attracted to Bishop, I knew I wasn't ready for anything like this. It just felt wrong. He was a pastor, for Christ's sakes. Everything was just moving too fast, but before I could even attempt to slow things down, Bishop threw me face down on the bed, and the next thing I knew, he was on top of me. Now, I was scared and nervous, but more than anything, I was confused. I didn't know why Bishop was doing these things to me. I felt completely overpowered and helpless as he began licking my neck and biting my ear, calling me his sexy island boy, all while expertly sliding down my underwear.
A little bit of the book called The First Lady. Centino Moss. It is the last name? Moss Kemp? Centino Kemp. I remember a little young boy with the she-bang, Eddie Long Lover. That's that book done come out. Man, he called it The First Lady. So he used to call him The First Lady. People want to know what my opinion was. We looked it up in the office a little bit. He was telling me a little bit about it. Just show you just how despicable these people are. Just as individuals. The sad part, I get people, calling and some saying we need to march. What can we do to try to save our children? What can we do to take these men down? And saying they're nothing but bastards. They're spiritually bastards. That's true, without a doubt. But the sad part of it is all these people help to make these preachers. The biggest way to kill them is stop supporting them. They're saying, they desecrate. I think in his book he also had they had sexual relations inside the pulpit as well. So, they're saying they're desecrating the pulpit. You desecrate it when you got false doctrine. The sad part is people pick and choose what they want to say, desecrate the church or desecrate the pulpit. You got women wearing weave. You got men looking like women with earrings in their ears and everything else, and they metrosexual. They got their eyebrows arched, and the women got their hair cut looking like men. And then they looking at Eddie Long and his fallible acts. They all actually promote it. Because you make no mistake, a preacher can't just do what he want to do. The members have to support it. When the members sign off on it and they allow it to happen, things don't ever get any better. And the mere fact they go to a preacher and they say, well, I don't want to say, I don't want to put my mouth on the man of God or whatever, the mere fact these people still sit back and support these preachers, you know better. The people you really have to blame, and I don't even blame Eddie Long. Of course, he's he's a devil in drag, and of course we know he's going to hell. He's one of the tool of the devil. But the real people that make him are the members that support him. The people that put their money in there, the people that say don't talk about him, the people that sit around and help cover the lies are just as dangerous as the man himself. You just really got to look at it and just look at how sad the place is. No doubt he, along with the other boys, all of them are dysfunctional at this point. Because who they going to go to for help? Anybody they go to going to try to pay them off. I think Centino said in his book that he gave him $2,000 at the first not to tell anybody. And, of course, you take a kid and give them $2,000, what you think they're going to do? Especially at the point when they're trying to sit around there struggling with their sexuality. You can look at the boy and tell, Ed ain't got him to that point where he got no shebang on his head. He done had some other people around in here flaunting along with him. A lot of these little boys, I tell these sisters in here as well, that raising boys, you might be a single parent as a mother, but you can't raise your boy to be no little girl. A lot of them feminine traits come from the mother, keeping them up on her, hugging them and stroking them and laying them all across the lap. You got to get a boy off of you. You got to make him sit up and you're going to teach him. You a boy. You ain't got no business laying all over me like no girl. Now, I stopped taking him in the bathroom, teach him how to urinate with his pants around his ankle. Man, 18 years old, for God's sake. Take him how to use the pee hole in the front of his pants. But that's a man position. A lot of it, I'll just be honest with you, got to stop babying a boy, stop toting him around so he'll learn how to be a boy. Centino, all the rest, I tell the truth about it. Don't keep trying to use that. I've been molested before in my life. Ain't made me gay.
That's right.
I ain't went got no doing shebang. I'm talking about loving and wanting no man. That's just retarded. Don't try to use that stuff. All of them, they ain't going to go use it. When people hadn't never been, a lot of y'all hadn't a lot of your hair, you just subconscious, you want to block it out and you want to forget about it. That stuff don't make nobody go get it. That's a lie from hell. Don't sit around and tell that lie. Sit around and I want me a man now. That's retarded.
Yeah. Right.
That's retarded. Most thing you trying to struggle in your mind, how did it happen?
Yep.
Who do you tell? Who do you go to? You don't know go to, I want me another man. No good and well, boy, you was a sister when you was in the womb.
That's right.
Telling that darn lie. I'm speaking on behalf of folk, but don't tell that lie.
Amen.
Don't go put all that stuff on him. Isn't that right? That stuff already something he want, like he said. The book told what he said, even though I wanted Bishop before he came. And that's his first time having sex with him. How you want a man before you ever got a man?
That's right.
Then he ain't turn you gay at bed now.
Yep.
Isn't that right? When you was an egg in your mama, you was a sissy. He was a pink little egg in his mama. With a pink little blanket wrapped around his egg. No good and done well, don't tell that lie on that stuff. Don't go put that stuff on. See, some of that stuff these folks be putting, I shoot it down. Don't go along with no wrong.
Yeah.
Eddie Long gonna burn in hell. I ain't denying not one big part of it. But don't sit around here, you ain't no excuse to sit around here and be no done sissy.
That's right.
Amen.
Don't make no done sense. Isn't that right? You can't keep crutching up on life on everything that's happening in your life. Stop and be a done man.
Yep.
Things I tell you, you can't keep going around talking about what didn't happen. You know, child punch you in your done stomach. You know, retarded stuff. I had all my daddy was an alcoholic. That's the reason he go lay on the darn corner drunk. Nigga, get up.
That's right.
Sick of that foolishness. Everybody trying to crutch up about everything. At some point, grow up.
Yep.
Amen.
I'm sick of some preacher. Every preacher I served, I've been a lying false prophet. They ain't never counted that toward God.
That's right.
Amen.
One preacher, man, they're all preachers wrong. Go to hell then.
Yep.
Isn't that right? And I'm saying his parents, they part of the victim. I know good and well, if you learn your kid, you know your kid acting funny. You know good and well something wrong with him. And the way Bishop get him, and he just got this boy all up on all these little boys. He got his own kid. Why his own kids ain't on him? Why he want my son all of a sudden and don't want his own kids on him? Don't make common sense to me. But they so in love and infatuated with the fact they can say, oh, you know who my son went? Oh, he with Bishop. Oh, Bishop got him. Exactly, Bishop got him in the book. And the sad part is he already know these people weak-minded because you know you took a chance at somebody blowing your brains out when you took their child and you even attempted that. These molesters ain't no fool. They don't ride around with no signs in their car saying, I molest little boy as a kid. They already know the people and know the people infatuated with them and the people going to sit and cover their lives. They know that man been sleeping with them. They looking at the money. Why in the world I'm going to walk around here and just give your kid some thousands of dollars? Why your kid bringing home a paycheck more than you? Why do your kid have an apartment and gold necklaces coming from me and he flying out of the country with me? Why in the world I got time for a kid stuck up under me while I'm flying in and all out the country? Because they don't care. As long as they can get something out of it and they can get the status of saying they associate with them and my kid be over there and Bishop take my child and he called Bishop his daddy and don't think something wrong with it. Then your son pop up with a ring on his married finger. All this stuff. I mean, ain't no parent stupid. It's just a matter of what you don't want to acknowledge. Isn't that right? So the people who I blame more than Eddie Long are the members of New Birth Church. The people that support New Birth Church, the people that put money in there, the people that buy his albums and tape, may you go to hell first. That's why I blame first. Every preacher that sit around and cover him up and say, pray for him, that pastor, that preacher just told you he'd do the same thing. Because it make no sense why you would even just go. Anything can be associated with a preacher. That's the sad part. Any gay, murderer, raper, Klansman, anything can be a preacher at this point. Who do we say not a preacher? If all these people that doing wrong are men of God, who's not one? They ain't gonna step and tell the people they can't be a preacher. What disqualifies them? You ain't having a sex with enough or the same sex people. What disqualifies you from being a preacher? Not being homosexual? What am I going to say that's going to make these people jump up and make a change? These people going to read a book, sit here that man describing all the homies. You know what they're going to say? The boy sick. He wrong for writing the book. Ain't nothing but the devil make him do that against a man of God. I come along, I say it wrong. You the devil. Eddie Long penetrates boys, look them on the neck, pay them off, tell lies, commit adultery on their wife, homosexual, man of God. You do the math. What am I going to say about it? So I do better striking the member. All the members of Newburgh going to hell. Yep. I'm sorry, Afterburg going to hell. Yep. They the one that make the monster. If everybody leave out here and I get no money, no support, how long be to do something wrong? With what help? Same thing with that church. Everyone in that church, they go along with it. They subscribe to it, and every one of them ought to burn in hell. Not one of them ought to be able to escape. Everyone need hypocrites. T.D. Jakes along with them. Then they got this sorry TV show on called Atlanta what? Sisterhood. Sisterhood of whores. Somebody, Minister Boston somebody sent him an email with a video of it, I guess, from YouTube, and I saw a little bit of it. They talking about how they acted, how they cut up. Looked like nothing but pure D whores. Whores and filthy Atlanta trash. Isn't that right? Nothing but a mess. They sit around and make a fool out of our people. And they know what they're not going to do. They're not going to go take a whole bunch of white first ladies, they call them a white preacher, Pastor White, and use them. Always a nigga. Always a nigga and a nigga going to get on TV and act the fool. You know the stuff going public while you acting stupid. And they know they cutting the fool in front of the camera. But you know, that's what they do. Anything for a buck and feel like they're going to get out here and do something. They ain't looking at the position or trying to keep yourself living holy. Ain't no Pastor White got no power, no church. You ought to just live clean like every other member. They ain't going to do that. You get a clean one and follow her, you going to realize, well, this ain't nothing to show. Nobody going to want to see that. If you ain't cussing and wearing no whole hair and putting on no whole nails and putting on no whole stuff on your face, drinking no whole juice, nobody want to watch you. So what you doing? Just sitting down and reading my Bible. Go to a commercial. They're like, that's it. Nobody want to watch that stuff. Ain't that right? Put on little whole clothes and run around. Just make a fool out of them. And then later on, every one of them that been on those TV reality show have never failed. They wind up busting up. Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, all the rest don't watch them. Which they ain't got nothing anyway. Most of them look at them women. The guys be gay anyway. Anytime they come out them suit jacket rolled all up, I know you're a homosexual. Skinny pants, all that say gay, gay, gay. I already know they gay. Isn't that right? And when the women look like the women more men than they are. Isn't that right? More man they gonna ever be and more woman than they gonna ever get. That's the sad part. There's no standard being set today. I did receive a phone call from Brian Carn today. I didn't get a chance to call him back. He told me that he still loved me. I still love you, Smith, and I support you what you're preaching, Smith. But so I got to have some proof why I bring. I ain't have nothing. You need to come and clear yourself up. Isn't that right? These fellas not, hey, don't make one of me. Somebody did call today. They said I'm getting ready to get exposed. That's the first time I had a phone call like that. Why I got to get ready? Just put it out there. Why everybody got to tell me to get ready? It's coming. What? Let's shoot it out here. We sick of previewing. Give us the evidence. Appreciate my 2 cents on the video they had, the interview they had on last week with the young lady that had the relation with Mr. Carn. Should I say Carn? Isn't that right? They con these people all the time. Isn't that right? Every one of these false prophet last name Carn.
Yep.
Isn't that right? Con these people to come back and keep putting money in foolishness. That serve contrary to God's word. Every one of them last name Carn. First name Carn. Middle name Carn. Isn't that right? And everybody want to be a victim. Last thing I want to see is a bunch of hoes on stage talking about somebody tricked them out their draws. No good and doing well. And the man, Jay, I'm going to get through. You believe I preach the word? You believe that? And then I'm going to say, hey, how about men you have sex? And you going to be tricked for about 4 or 5 months when I stop calling. Nigga, please.
That's right.
Amen.
I'm sick of that foolishness. I tell them, won't you use some etiquette before your draws get off?
Yep.
Come out on somebody before when they first ask you. That's when I respect you.
Yep.
And I said, my pastor inappropriate with me. I caught some stuff before we got to that point. Versus, I done slept on there. I got a disease. I've been done rominating around here. What you call that stuff? Be rominating, whatever it's doing. What's another? It's a word, rominating. John, is rominating the word? Exactly. He can't dispute it one way or another. Jumping around down there, reminiscing all in your draw. They ain't gonna try to come out. You don't scratch your done self butt naked. Ain't got a hair between her legs, don't scratch herself butt naked. They ain't gonna jump around now. I need to tell somebody. Funky rascal.
Amen.
Yeah, one of them just nasty.
Yep.
Sat around here and then all of a sudden somebody stopped calling. They want Mr. Judge asked the right question. Told the truth. If he called back, would you have came forward?
Nope.
They didn't want to come out for the other hoes. I want to come out for the other hoes been sleeping with the priest. There's a bunch of y'all hoes. Get them hoes out the church.